In this section, I'm going to start showing you how you can create 3D geometries out of 2D sketches. So let's go to part design. I'm going to start with pad command. So this is part design environment. And I can start with a sketch and then activate pad command, or I can start pad command and inside pad command create a sketch. So both of them are easy. So you know how to create a sketch. Let's start with pad command. So I go to insert command. From sketch base feature, I select pad. Right now you can see that in front of the selection there is nothing, and there is nothing of course here to select. Something that is very important about selection text box is this. Sometimes you need to select something for a specific feature. Sometimes you need to select 2 or 3 items for a specific feature. So you need to make sure before selection that this selection box is activated. So before doing this, I need to click on this sketch button so that it takes me to sketch environment. You can see that in a sketch environment right now I don't have anything. It asks me to select one of these planes. So let's start with XY plane, and it takes me to the XY plane. And here I can start with a very simple sketch. Let's say I'm going to start with a simple rectangle. So I click on rectangle and click here and here for the rectangle. You can easily create some constraints for this, add some dimensions or whatever you wish, but right now I'm okay with this. So I go and click on exit workbench. Again, I'm back to pad definition dialog box. So what I'm going to show you here is some important options that you need to be aware of. First of all, the type is dimension. I have different types, but right now, because I don't have any other object in my environment, the only type that is relevant is going to be dimension. So how much do you want to extrude your sketch? In some platforms you call it pad, in some platforms you call it extrude. Anyway, you are adding some thickness to the sketch that you have created, and you can add this in 2 different ways. You can add thickness just to the borders and create something like a hollow box, or you can add thickness to the whole geometry and create something like a solid box. So first of all, let's go with the solid box. So I have the length that is going to be the thickness of the sketch. Let's say I'm going to add 100 millimeters, so I just type 100 here, and then you can see that in the selection sketch 1 is selected. If this is not the correct sketch, you can just click here to activate it, and then you can go and select the sketch that you want to work with. If you cannot select the sketch from here, you can open the part specification tree, and from here you can find the sketch that you wish to add. Right now this sketch is part of the pad, so you can see that the sketch is inside pad. So that's it. You can click on preview to see what you are getting, and if you're happy with that, just click on OK, and the pad definition finishes. You can edit the pad at any time. You can go to a specification tree, right click on the pad, go to pad object, and here you can click on pad definition. This dialog box is going to open, and you can make your changes here, or you can double click on this or right click on this. If you double click or right click and go to pad 1 object and get definition, you can open the same dialog box here, and you can edit your pad right here. One thing that is very important is the thickness that you are adding. And if you check here, I'm showing you something here. You can see that there is a orange arrow that is looking upwards. This means that I am adding the thickness on top of the sketch. So if I go and click on this arrow, or go to pad definition dialog box and click on reverse direction, both are the same, this is going to add the thickness at the bottom of the sketch that I have created. So if I click on OK, you can see that the thickness goes at the bottom of the sketch that I just created. I'm gonna press Ctrl Z to go back here. I open the pad definition dialog box one more time, and here is another item. You can see it says mirror extents. This means that I am going to add thickness to the bottom of the sketch and on top of the sketch at the same time. So if I click on here, you can see that I have 100 millimeters on top and 100 millimeters at the bottom of the sketch. So if I click on preview, this is what I am receiving, and you can see this sketch here. I click on OK. The sketch doesn't show up, but if I click on the sketch, you can see that the sketch is gonna be there. Right now, the sketch is kind of hidden because you don't really need to see the sketch. If you wish to see the sketch after you add a feature, you just right click on that and go to hide and show and click on that, and you can see that the sketch is going to be not kind of a shadow thing. It is totally visible here in the specification tree, and also you can see the sketch here, but I prefer to hide it, so I right click on that and go on click on hide because I don't really need to see the sketch when I have the feature. How can you edit the sketch? You can double click on this sketch and this will take you back to the sketch that you have used for your pad object or any other feature that you wish to have. Let's say I want to add a corner here. I want to go and select corner command from here and add the corner here, and again I am just entering some arbitrary values. I don't really need to be very specific. I'm just showing you what is going to happen after you edit the sketch, and I'm going to delete this line, click on that and press delete, and I'm going to select profile command. What I'm going to do here is to click and go here and select tangent arc like this, and then go something around here, and again I'm going to select tangent arc, and you can see that by pressing escape my shape is going to be totally different because I have changed the sketch. Now I need to go here, click on exit workbench, and you can see that what I have created is going to reflect in the feature that I used.